Right, sir, thank you very much. Thank you, bye. Well, there you heard the bad news, I'm afraid, to tell you that Government House, I'll just repeat what he said, that Government House is surrounded. They have the enemy, I think we can call them now, about 200, have attacked Government House. They're not trying to shoot anyone, it appears. They're trying to
For the population.
Well, just a minute. If you take the gun out of my back, I'm going to transmit that news. If you take the gun away. But I'm not speaking with the gun in my back. Well, there's an argument going on now between the three Argentines. They've disappeared. They've left me alone in this room.
On the 2nd of April 1982, Argentinian forces invaded the Falkland Islands. The invasion was known as Operation Rosario, and it was met with a fierce defense consisted of 68 Marines, 11 naval hydrographers, and 23 volunteers of the Falkland Islands Defense Force. The invasion started with attack on the empty Moodybrook barracks and then moved on the government house. However, the British were vastly outnumbered and were forced to surrender. On 5th of April, the first ships set sail towards the Falklands, with the British task forces reaching the islands on the 2nd of May. In total, the task force was composed of 127 ships carrying a reinforced 3-commander brigade with 2nd and 3rd battalions, the parachute regiment attached, along with other units including a reinforced troop from the Blues and Royals. On the 21st of May, the unit of 3-commander brigade successfully executed landings in San Carlos waters. The Royal Navy continued to suffer from Argentine air attacks during the Battle of San Carlos.
I could see some guys getting into a Sanger, a bunker down there. So I ran down there, I looked up, and I saw the jets coming. There was bullets chewing the ground up. There was one Royal Marine stood with his rifle in the middle, in the open, shooting at them. And I ran towards the bunker, and there was a guy trying to get in, and it was obvious there was no room for me, and I looked up, and I saw one of the black bombs be released and the parachute snap open behind it. The white retard parachute. It was so low I could have touched it. And I thought, it's all over. This is it. This is the end of my life.
I remember seeing the bombs and thinking, this is not good. This is really not good. Jerry and I, that were together at the time, sort of dove into the back of the Sanger, and as we went through the back of the Sanger, the bomb exploded. I remember being hit by the gravel blast and the actual blast.
3 Royal Navy ships, the HMS Argent, HMS Antelope and HMS Coventry, were sunk in the space of 4 days, with 42 crew members lost in total. On the 27th of May, 2 para approached and attacked Darwin and Goose Green, which were held by the Argentine military forces. During the 14 hours battle, 690 British paratroopers faced 1,100 of the Argentine Army and Air Force.
Sort of stick in my mind, being shot at by 155 howitzers for 45 minutes. That was quite nice. Trying to dig a hole in granite, but that's the sort of thing that sort of sticks in your mind.
Following victory at Goose Green, British forces began their battle for Stanley. On 11th June, a series of attacks were launched on the Mount Harriet, Mount Longdon and Two Sisters. On the night of 13th and 14th of June, Mount Tumbledown, Mount Williams and Wireless Ridge were captured.
I remember that night, there was a brief burst of gunfire off to our right, which is in the Two Sisters area. The anti-personnel mine going off, we heard that quite clearly when one of our guys trod on it, and the scream that came afterwards, and then just the whole place just lit up basically. But yeah, it was scary. I would say it was scary. And then later on, when we started to get the artillery and mortar rounds coming in as well, then it became really scary. Yeah.
It was just artillery fire constant. There was shrapnel going everywhere, peat going everywhere, you know. But up on Longdon, because it's so rocky, you know, it wasn't just the fragmentation of the shell going off, it was the rock as well that just sprayed everywhere. After the shelling, we then got told sort of 13th, so that was the 12th, the 13th, then on the 14th they surrendered.
With Stanley surrounded, the Argentine forces surrendered on the evening of 14th June 1982, with the Royal Marines of 40 Commander raising the British flag on West Falkland to mark the end of the conflict.
I think the realisation set in when we got into Stanley. I think we were the first people from Free Para to get into the outskirts of Stanley, because we just pushed on ahead and we tagged onto the back of 2 Para that were coming off Wireless Ridge. Seeing all of the Argentinians fleeing down the roads in towards Stanley, and then you kind of thought, yeah, okay, you know, it may be true. And then we came across some 1 wounded Argentinian and 3 prisoners, and then I think you realise, yeah, this might be over.
255 British personnel lost their lives defending the Falklands, of whom 86 were Royal Navy, 124 Army, 27 Royal Marines, 6 Merchant Navy, 4 Royal Fleet Auxiliary, and 8 Hong Kong sailors. 7 ships were also lost to enemy action and 9 aircrafts shot down.